conference. We will now begin with an opening statement from Coach Leggins and then go to questions. Please use the raise hand function to indicate you'd like to ask a question. Coach, please give us a brief opening statement and then we will go to questions.
Got to be proud of my team. Love them to death. They played their hearts out. They got outplayed in the second half a little bit, but they played their hearts out. They played really hard, and you got to give all the credit to Kansas. They came out in offensive rebound and made second chance points and made some big shots. I mean, that's a big time program. We went toe to toe with them. We played hard. I told my guys we don't believe in moral victories, but today at the end of the season, this was a great moral victory for our team and our program and our city of Cheney. All our supporters, I'm proud of our team. And you guys should be proud. They gave everything they had tonight, and they just couldn't get the win like we wanted to. We wanted to get that Cinderella story and keep going. But tonight we faced a team that was hungry. They got hungry in the second half and did a great job rebounding. So, got to give all the guys on Kansas credit. But I love my team, and they play with such fun. They played hard, and they did everything I've asked. I couldn't be more proud of a basketball team.
Now we will go to questions from the media. First, we go to Ryan Collingwood. Please unmute yourself. Go ahead, Ryan.
I know Ryan. It's probably muted. Unmute it, Ryan. Okay.
All right. Ryan, are you there? All right, we'll come back to you, Ryan. We'll go to Carter Hill next.
Hey, Coach. Carter Hill with Fifth Quarter. Congratulations on a great season. I'm just curious, for those unfamiliar with your basketball program, what did you think you showed the nation today about Eastern Washington basketball?
They were a good team. We could battle with the best of them. That we're a tough team. We shoot a lot of threes, but we're a tough team. We can go inside, we can go outside. We show them it's a players program, and our guys came out and played, and we came up a little short, but you can't tell me that we play against Kansas and we shoot 58%, 38% from three. We only missed 2 free throws and we lose. I think if you would have gave me those numbers before the game, I'd have said we won. But, we showed that, the Big Sky's no joke. We got some great coaches in our league. We got some great teams in our league and some great players. And whoever comes out of the league is always going to be very tough. And so, I love this team, and we're a very good basketball team. And, we played really hard, and we have a lot of fun doing it together as a team.
Next question we'll go to is Kevin McCaskill Jr.
Yes, it's Kevin McCaskill Jr., FP Sports, Springfield, Massachusetts. Coach, what led to the jump in Tanner Grove's minutes and points per game from last season to this season?
He's good at basketball. I'm just kidding. No, he worked his tail off, and he's done everything that we've asked him and more. Him and his brother and our whole team. They get in there in the morning, they work out, they go hard, they come back and shoot in the afternoon. They really wanted it, and Tanner was one of those guys. That we thought he was really good. I just last year as a sophomore, he was playing behind the MVP of the league, and it was hard to get a lot of guys minutes. And we should have figured out how to get him more minutes last year. But he earned every minute, every second he played this year. Great teammate, great guy, terrific player. And so, I tell the guys all the time, if you're better than the guy ahead of you, or you're the best player, you'll play. And that's what we stuck by all year long. And he's done great. And that's what really got him, propelled into where he was at. He started gaining confidence. When you start playing a lot more, and the results come from the hard work you put in, you start playing with a lot more confidence, and it's a confidence game. And he felt comfortable, and he's done everything, at a high level. So you got to be very, very happy for Tanner and his family and his brother, because his brother also played really well. And so when you have those opportunities, you got to take them, and he took his opportunity, and you couldn't be more happier for a player.
Next question will go to John Blanchett.
Shante, going into this game, what did you think? How were you going to be able to get Tanner loose for so many points? I mean, was that essentially part of the game plan? You knew that he could go inside and outside against these guys?
Yeah, I knew that when they play with their big guys, they hard hedge or flat hedge, whatever you want to call it, and they kind of we got different terms for it. But they snake the backside, and so we cut the guy through, and we knew Tanner would get a lot of pops. He's a great shooter, so we knew we'd get that. And then when they came in and took one of the big guys out, we knew Tanner could take advantage inside. Against a smaller player, we've done it all year long, finding the mismatch, and he had the mismatch all game. I thought Tanner was one of the best big guys in the country, and he could score with his back to the basket. He could shoot the three, and so we thought we'd had a mismatch. I know everyone was really excited to play this game, and they tell you, oh, these guys are really good. Post this. I just thought Tanner had the advantage all game long, and we went to him, and he came up aces for us, and he couldn't be happier. I mean, he did everything we needed him to do tonight, and he put everything on the line tonight, and we came up a little short, but we felt that he had a mismatch, and we felt that we can get him some open shots and some open looks.
Next question goes to Brenna Green.
It means a lot. I mean, he he Spokane through and through. He put everything, like I said, he put everything on the line. We've been playing, and Gonzaga's been good since I've been at Eastern, and it's been one of those deals where you got a really good team, and it's like having a pro team in your city. And we just keep chugging along. There's no we don't have any ego. We know they're a good team. It's fun to watch them play. We're rooting for them now. We need them to win the whole thing for all the Spokane guys. We'll be rooting for them. But I think it means a lot to Tanner to be able to play and represent himself and his family the way he has. He's he's the MVP of the league. He's a great student. He's a 4.0 student. I think it's huge for him. I think it's great for him to be able to represent his family and represent Spokane, because that's something I know that's dear to his heart. And to be such a good guy and do everything the right way. He was a gentle giant until he gets in those courts, and we call him Psycho T. He's fun to be around. He's a great teammate.
Next question goes to Jesse Newell.
Hey, Coach. Jesse Newell from the Kansas City Star. I just wondered what you saw from KU's two guards in DeJuan Harris and Marcus Garrett.
They shot better than I thought. They made a lot of threes, but it mattered. We were going in the game trying to say, hey, we're going to protect the paint, even though we gave up 42 points in the paint. And they hit some timely three-point shots, back-breaking three-point shots. I mean, Marcus Garrett's probably one of the best defensive guards in the nation, and so when he puts it on and does a good job, and, Harris, number 3, is also a very good defensive guard. So they got two guys that can really hound you, bringing the ball up and disrupt your offense. And I thought they did a great job of doing that. And, they made timely shots, and they made shots that were huge. And then obviously the offensive player, number 30, I don't want to butcher his name, but number 30, he's just a really, really good basketball player. And so you had 3 of those guys really working out. And then, when they were able to get downhill, and when they were able to drive a closeout, they really put us in a bind. And again, they did a good job, and coach did an unbelievable job of putting his players in a place to be successful. And that's something that we'll pick up on, and we'll come back stronger.
Next question goes to Brenna Green.
Well, that we're a tough university. Everybody through and through is tough, and it's a spot where you love going to work every day. It's a spot where you have to figure things out. And at this time right now, obviously we're going through some tough times, but tough times only make tough people, and I believe our university is going to be stronger for it. We have great support from our 6-man club all the way down to our boosters and our donors in the EAF. You got to be proud to be an Eastern Washington Eagle, and I think people who go through this, Eastern Washington, they come out, they're proud of where they go from, because they come from, this and that. We don't have this, we don't have that, but we're always great. We have great people in our department. We've got great coaches. We have great student athletes, and it just is one of those places where you're going to have to be tough. You're going to have to make it work. And I believe Eastern Washington deserves a lot of attention because it's a great university. We have great kids on our team, not just our team, but our whole department. And, having a whole athletic department over a 3.0 GPA, having, our football team be in the national championship, having our, soccer team be great. It's a great spot to be in. And then just have great student athletes in a small city, in a small town like Eastern or Cheney. It's one of those things where you have to be proud to be from there. And, I think we got a bunch of guys that are proud to play for Eastern. And, I think there's a lot of people that are proud that they work at Eastern Washington. And there's a lot of alumni that are proud of Eastern Washington, not just, because we've done well, but just because of the people they become when they leave our university. I think it's just one of those spots that is special. And, we got to cherish it, and we got to do everything we can to protect it. And you got to be happy for Eastern Washington.
Final question goes to John Blanchette.
Shantae, that stretch in the second half where they drew even and then moved past you guys, they went to McCormick pretty hard in the post. Anything else in that stretch that you saw that hurt you guys?
Turnovers and offensive rebounds. I thought we did a good job on McCormick. I thought he ended up going 9 of 15 and getting 5 offensive rebounds. I think the offensive rebounds is where he really scored his points. He made a couple of good jump hooks here and there, but I think the offensive rebounds is what really hurt us. And then obviously a couple timely threes by number 0 really hurt us. But and it just didn't have enough timeouts. We needed to call a couple more, but we didn't have enough. And I just thought, again, we kind of ran out of a little bit of gas, but I think our team played tough. I think they played hard. We played Tanner tonight, 32 minutes. We had Michael Meadows played 36, Jacob Gross played 36. And so I think, towards that end of the game, towards that stretch, I could have maybe done a better job of getting some subs and a couple timeouts and trying to get to that media timeout a little bit. But I thought, for the most part, we did a good job, and they just hit some timely threes when we didn't need them to. They haven't been a great 3-point shooting team all season long, but they were tonight, and that's what championship that teams do, and that's what Hall of Fame coaches do. They put their players in position to be great, and he did that tonight, and his team came up big.
Thank you, Coach, for your time today.
Ryan, you couldn't get it done, man. Just call me. Go Eags.
We'll be joined momentarily by Tanner Groves. Please use this time to raise or lower your hand as necessary. Thank you. We are now joined by Tanner Groves, who scored a career-high 35 points, and will begin the press conference. Please use the raise hand function to indicate you'd like to ask a question, and when you're called upon, please state your name and affiliation first. We will go to Brenna Green first.
Oh man, it's honestly so incredible. I'm honestly just so blessed to be here. I got great teammates that were finding me all game, and I was knocking shots down. I was feeling good, but we come up short, but that's all right. I was just really happy with the performance that our team put together today, for the most part. We only lost by double digits, and it was a dogfight the entire game. So, it feels really cool that, we were able to, keep it pretty close here with Kansas and make it a game, give them a little bit of a scare. And I played pretty well. And that's just all credit to my teammates and coaches. It's just been such a fun season. And I'm already excited for next year.
Next question, we go to Dennis Patchen. Please unmute yourself, Dennis.
Sorry about that. Dennis Patchen from KHQ. Tanner, when do you feel good about this season?
Yeah, the loss will definitely, sting for a few days, but, I'm really looking forward to just getting back home, relaxing, having a little bit of time off, and just taking a little bit of time to reflect. I think this year, we were projected to be number 1 seed out of the Big Sky, and we ended up winning the whole conference just like we were projected to. And then we came in and gave one of the better teams in the nation a game until the very end. So I'm just so proud of my teammates and coaches and everyone in the program. And yeah, I mean, it's definitely going to sting for a little bit, but at the end of the day, you just got to be happy with our effort today. I think we went out there and performed pretty well for the most part, and we played hard the entire 40 minutes. So you got to be proud about that.
Next question will go to Keith.
Hi, Keith Oso, KXOY. Tanner, what are you going to remember about this game, do you think? Will it be, the quick start up at half, disappointing at the end? Like, what do you suppose is going to stick out to you?
I just think it's going to stick out, like, just how hard we played, I mean, I touched on it in the last couple of questions, but, like I said, I'm just so proud of our guys. I mean, we just played so hard. We battled all game. We tied with a much bigger team on the rebounds, which is pretty impressive if you think about it. And, I'm just really happy. I'm looking at the stat sheet over here right now and just seeing a whole bunch of things. But yeah, I mean, I think just from this game, it's just going to be how tough we played and how hard we played. And, I just love all these guys on the team, and I couldn't be more proud to represent Eastern Washington and be from Spokane and represent Spokane. And, I'm just so proud of, how we played today. And, didn't go the way that we wanted, obviously, but, I'm always just going to remember, this team in general this year is, only 2 other teams in Eastern's history have done what we did this year. So, I mean, at the end of the day, you just got to be incredibly proud of our program, coaches and players, of just, how we performed all season long.
Next question will go to Karthik.
Hey, Tanner, it's Karthik from Crim 2 Sports over in Spokane. I'm sure this is disappointing and you're not looking too much into the future, but you did mention, looking forward to next year and getting back out on the court. You guys are going to be returning basically, all the key players except for Jack Perry and Jacob Davison next season, and likely to be the favorite once again. I mean, how much does that drive you going into next season and having this experience into the NCAA tournament to, have a shot to do this again next year?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, you actually heard it here first, but Jack Perry's, he's going to come back for some more next year. I'm really happy about that because he's an incredibly heady guard, one of my best friends on the team, one of my roommates, and definitely looking forward to playing another year with that guy. So he'll be back, but yeah, I mean, we're returning a whole bunch of guys. We got a lot of guys, a lot of key players coming back, and from what I see, I mean, the ceiling is so high for us. It's incredibly high. We got a ton of hoopers on the team. We got a ton of young guys that are just really incredible. You only saw 17 seconds of a few guys there on the bench, like Steele Venters. I expect Steele to come in next year and be one of the better scorers in our whole entire league. I think we got a ton of guys. Coaches have done an unbelievable job of recruiting, for our team this year and for the guys coming in. And, I think we're definitely going to be dangerous next year. And I'm really looking forward to next season already. I love basketball so much. I love my team so much. And, I just can't wait to get it going again.
Next question goes to John Blanchett.
Tanner, I know you're oblivious to this kind of thing during the game in the heat of the moment. Are you prepared for all the folk hero stuff that you're going to encounter out on social media now? You're blowing up.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I'll have to see. I looked at my phone a little bit. I saw all the notifications, and, it's kind of funny, but, I've just worked so hard up until this moment in my whole basketball career, in my life. And I just couldn't be thankful for, the people that have pushed me to be there. My parents have been so huge, and my brother, and even my younger brother, he was in the stands today. I was happy to see whole family. My girlfriend's been awesome. Grandparents, everyone, it's pretty crazy, pretty surreal that I'm getting, a lot of publicity from all this, but I think I'm just going to continue to be myself, and continue to, be humble and be proud and grateful that I get to play at such an awesome university and get to play for great coaches and play for a great program with, some of my best friends out there. So at the end of the day, yeah, it's pretty cool, but, I'll probably look past it a little bit. And I mean, I'll probably, enjoy it for a little bit, but, at the end of the day, I just got to be grateful for what I got.
Next question goes to Jesse Newell.
Hey, Tanner, Jesse Newell from the Kansas City Star. Looked like Coach Bill Self found you after the game. What did he share with you?
Yeah, he just said, he had a lot of respect for my brother and I. Said, we had a heck of a game. We both did. And, it's really cool to get some crazy recognition like that from, one of the premier coaches in the entire NCAA. I didn't really think about it at the time, but because I always usually do that, I always go up to the other coach, even with all the COVID, I'll always go up to him and I always got to, show respect to my opponent. But yeah, it's kind of cool. It's really surreal that, Coach Self, came up to me and said he respected, my performance today. And, I'm just thankful for, the opportunities that we got today. So that was really cool.
Next question goes to Kevin McCaskill Jr.
Yes, Kevin McCaskill Jr., FP Sports, Springfield, Mass. What was the most important thing that you did in the off season that led to your spike in production this year?
Yeah, I think the most important thing was, obviously it was a COVID year and our postseason tournament got canceled. So I moved back in with my parents. My brother did as well, and that was probably one of my biggest assets is that I had my brother at home with me. So, I had a guy that was really willing to rebound for me and willing to compete with me every day, whatever we were doing, shooting, playing one-on-one, all that. My parents were always out there in the driveway with us rebounding. My little brother, Dylan, he was always out there too, which was real cool. But, being at home, just the biggest thing for me was I just knew that I had to have an edge going into the offseason, given that the player of the year of the Big Sky was playing ahead of me, and I had to take his position. So I knew that I had huge shoes to fill, and a lot of credit to my man Mason Peatling, who had an unbelievable year, 2019, 2020 year, and so I knew I had a huge shoes to fill, and so yeah, I just put my head down. I grinded as hard as I could. Did all the at-home workouts I could do. I always had a ball in my hand every single day of the quarantine, and that was probably the biggest thing, was just the ball in my hand. And I just, worked on my skills and did everything I could do.
Final question goes to Karthik.
Hey, Tanner, this one's a more lighthearted question, but on social media, which I'm sure you haven't gotten much of a chance to look at, people have been comparing you to your look to Bill Walton and Will Ferrell from Semi-Pro. Which one of those comparisons do you like more?
I like the Will Ferrell one the best because, I've always loved Will Ferrell growing up. Step Brother is probably one of my favorite movies ever. And yeah, that's really funny. But, if you haven't looked him up, look up Lil Dicky too. A lot of people compare me to that guy too. But no, it's all fun and games. And at the end of the day, it's basketball is obviously a game. It brings so many people together, and you just got to love the environment of March Madness and everything. And it's really cool. That's hilarious. So I'll have to check that out. But yeah, that's awesome.
Thank you, Tanner, for your time today. Appreciate it. That's it for the post-game news conference. A transcript of the coach's interview will be provided by ASAP Sports and posted along with the recording of this